A moment of silence, please. Rest in peace, Sora. You're going the way of the Google. To the graveyard.
It's, you know, we're going to tell you all about it. So, Sora's dead. Well, it's not dead yet. It's lying on its deathbed somewhere. Yes. Not sure where, but somewhere.
Probably next to all the other Google apps that have gone the wayside.
Well, I think the thing is, Google's doing a pretty good job of not killing a lot of things right now, and it's kind of freaking people out. But, you know, you could expect a few things to go because it's Google. But it's a little more surprising when all of a sudden you get these other ones, you know, they're like, oh, this is really good. I like this. And then it dies off. And Sora got pretty popular. I do know there's a number of people that started to say, well, it does good, but the thing is, it's not that it wasn't good or people didn't like it. They went into full panic mode over there and decided that they had to gear everything towards business as much as possible. They're thinking less and less of the end user, you and me, you know, right now, even just for their regular chat GPT stuff, which kind of is a little scary. It makes you wonder, are they going to start offering less and less for free users or lower paid tiers?
Well, according to what I read that Sam Altman put out, is that they're having a compute problem, and they were having to shuffle compute around within the company between, you know, Sora and then Chat GPT and this, that, and the other. And so they, like, you know, said, yeah, people are just basically playing with it, which, what did you expect? I mean, of course people are going to play with it. And but the video production, the AI creation of creating these videos, high compute. I mean, it's no wonder. The thing is that Google has the upper hand because all their money's already still coming in. They're not relying on Gemini to bring their money in like OpenAI is relying on ChatGPT. So ChatGPT,
and they've also had their own servers for years too. They're giant server farms, which they've expanded upon, obviously.
The fact that Gemini, Nana Banana, Veo 3, everything's getting so good, and it's really competing against them. You're right. They're going to panic mode, and they're like, okay, we need to take resources and focus them into an area that where, one, we can make money because people are buying subscriptions corporately, you know, high dollar subscriptions. And that's where they're supposed to be focusing. They're not getting away from the consumer side of Chat GPT and all that. They're just getting rid of some of this fluff.
You remember the good old days when people always said, you know, this Chat GPT I keep hearing about, what the hell is Bard?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like, honestly, in at some point in the not too distant future, people may be saying ChatGPT. Yeah, my mom uses that, and I'm not kidding. I mean, if they're not careful, they could be going down that particular road. They're heading to Grandma's house instead of Uncle George. You know.
Well, I think Google is positioned very well right now. There for a while, it looked like they were really losing ground. But that coin has completely flipped.
Oh, that flipped quite some time ago. We knew, and we made this prediction almost a year ago that it was going to get like this. Of course, we also thought that ChatGPT might leap over them again, causing Google to have to go into another leap mode. But I guess I don't think you or I actually saw coming that third player who at one point was just a distant joke in the background is pulling into second place right now. Very hard. Very hard. Well, and Google is going to panic over them pretty soon if they're not careful.
I don't think so. The Claude Claude doesn't do image video. That's not what
No,
it's
but
geared
that's
towards.
that's
So
not necessarily what that's about. Think about where the big money comes from. It doesn't come from
no,
guys like you or
it's all
me.
corporate. It's all corporate,
Yes, corporate
right?
money, corporate funding, corporate counts, and for what they are capable of doing, and they're just going to keep getting better. It does seem obvious that they're going to continue to grow and get better. And I do think Google's going to leap over them again because no matter, again, I've pointed this out before, but all of this AI stuff that people build their code on comes from a base. It's like planting a tree. You may have a different seed, you may have a different root, but the basic idea for how the tree grows in the first place, any tree, comes from the exact same idea of how that root is supposed to start, how that seed is supposed to originally germinate. And Google's was part of the team that wrote that code. So it's not that surprising that they still have an upper hand on virtually everybody. They fell behind because at first they kind of did it like Kodak. Invent the digital camera and then decide that film is good enough for now.
Or did they?
What's that?
Maybe this was all, or I said, or did they? Maybe this is exactly how they planned it, to come out with something that was good enough and then lay in the wait with, preparing an excellent model.
That's entirely possible. I mean, if you were thinking about a sports team that wanted to, come back in the third round or period, it's
sandbagging.
Maybe Google was just camping. In behind the rocks and cod. They're the campers.
Yeah, because Claude, I say moving on from that, Claude has just come out with their 4.6 Sonnet, and I've been reading a lot and seeing a lot about their new co-work agent that's supposed to be pretty phenomenal in, basically acting as a agentic agent on your computer.
Right.
So I don't know. I might have to play around with it, but I haven't played around with it.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be excellent. Of course, we're obviously looking at a year from now. This is going to be normal for Gemini users on their computers as well,
right?
And definitely on the phones. There's going to be some good news coming up. I actually wish it wasn't just getting close to April and that we're actually getting closer to May, because I'm getting a little excited for I/O this year. This is the first time I've been excited for I/O in about 4 years. Because I think about all of the past Google I/Os, the ones that were really good back in the day when it was like watching, like an Apple event kind of thing, right? Guys would cheer when stuff was talked about. Do you remember when they came out and they showed that great feature that they said is coming soon, where you could just with your camera on your phone, you could get the fence to disappear so your kids wouldn't be blocked by the chain link fence, which by the way never happened until last year, 5 years later. Yeah. So, but it did happen because now you can do it. So they stuck with it. But also, was it last year or the year before where they demonstrated the 3D conference system, where the person actually has, you have a 3D holographic, where you can and you have one on each end, so you see each other as holographic, and you have meetings like that. They did that at Google I/O. I don't remember. I don't think it was last year.
I don't remember that.
It was probably a year or two ago or something. Well, they just launched it. It's going to be available in April.
Well, Google has launched a lot of stuff on the back end and more enterprise stuff with video generation and image and agentic stuff, things that aren't necessarily consumer facing. So it's just going to make it even better. And of course, back when OpenAI came out with their Atlas browser, I tested it. It was pretty cool. And then it just disappeared. It also got in the trash can. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
It got dumped too for the same reasons that it's Sora.
But then we have Perplexity browser, the Comet. Actually, a lot of people really like that browser. It does work really well. I've used it. And of course, not long ago, Google came out with their deep integration with Gemini doing basically the same thing. So, I mean, we all knew it was going to be a matter of time before they all came out with something like that. And of course, Copilot's in Edge. You know, it's all deeply integrated in Edge. So now that all that's out, they don't have Atlas, and so they're behind because they don't have a browser because they canned it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting time. It's I think OpenAI is definitely. I think that's why they took that whole government contract thing. Myself personally, I think they need the money.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's a huge thing, and in any situation, people could rag on them, but somebody's going to do it.
Sure.
It's going to happen. And in the position they're in, if they didn't, then because keep in mind, they're still in debt. They're not making money hand over fist like Google is, right? This is not like an Apple company or Microsoft. They don't have a bankroll. They owe money.
And Claude is profitable. Claude's making a lot of money because of the way they structured their business.
Exactly. It's not user facing first, which ChatGPT kind of went in that direction. And as they slid towards business, they kept pushing a little bit too much to the user facing without asking or demanding money or whatever. But unlike Google, they didn't start as a free search engine that started putting ads on that popped into it. And here's the weird thing. I know I just jumped in the middle of a sentence, but when they first launched Google, I don't think they ever had the idea that a few years later they would get filthy stinking rich off advertisements on their pages.
Right.
But they did so well at doing it, they actually wrote the algorithm because they were smart. They wrote that ad algorithm to make it more smarter so that it works. And the one thing is, people say, I don't like ads on my page, I don't like ads on my page. Well, if they're using Google ads and you're not blocking yourself from everything, the ads you see are usually things that you care about. Say, Google's listening, my mic's always listening to me. No, it's not. It knows what page you went to. Maybe,
right?
If you're not blocking it, but the bottom line is it's using that. It's not like billions of people in the world. They don't have some guy going, George Benson,
right? Yeah.
Just went to the supermarket and searched for bras for his wife. What?
It's probably using the cookies, and it's
exactly. So that's why when you open a page, it's like it can see what you're saying. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been instances where people have said, I was just talking about this with my friend, and all of a sudden I've never seen this advertisement, but it came up on my page or on my phone. Well, first of all, it's not like you call your friend and Google knows because you have a Google phone, or Apple knows because you have an Apple phone. What it is if you have the settings on your smart TV with your mic listening, then yes, it picks up keywords. Can it actually hear you say, I love you to your wife? No. But keywords you can hear. Like, for instance, if I said, hey, Google, right now, I had to be silent for a second because it tried to come on. Oh, it did come on. Oh, you little bastard. It ruined my... That's supposed to be my computer monitor now. But the bottom line is it turned on because it heard that. But normally, I have to press the microphone button. But it's keyed to hear that. So if I stand in the room and I talk to somebody about Elgato for 5 minutes, I'm probably going to see Elgato ads on my phone somewhere.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, there are things they're listening, but it's not to the degree
it's not that kind of
like you said, that they're not recording everything. There's just not enough.
No, it's a keyword. And if a keyword is said, it basically registers an encrypted key itself that tells Google that this is the product that can be advertised, not that you said the word. So it doesn't know you said Elgato. You could have just said, I want to stream my games or something. I can't find my phone. Sorry, I got to change my picture back. Um, Google had some big news today. Could you tell them while I fix my my screen here?
Google had some big news.
Yes, music generation.
Oh, yeah. You saw that before I did, but yes. So, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Lyria or yeah. So they, I know back, probably a couple of podcasts ago, we talked about their music generation thing that came out, but it
Right.
was only 30 seconds. That's all you could get. Well, now it's 3 minutes. They've upped the ante. So, that is actually pretty cool because you can, that's competing with, Suno. I know because Suno you can make three,
Yeah.
4, 5 minute, audio,
Oh,
and
you
so
can do that long with Suno? I mean, well, yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, it's so that's competing with that. Now, I haven't played with it. I literally just saw it this afternoon. I think you made a recording, but
I
we
did, and for
couldn't
some reason,
couldn't
I
get it
can't get
to.
it to play on here, and it kind of bugs
Yeah,
me.
that's all right. Yeah. But if you have it and you have used it, let us know what you think because I know I played around with Suno a lot and it's really fun. It's a lot of fun, and I think if they have the same quality, it's going to be a good. That's going to be another good competition race, to
So
keep
far, it seems
Suno on their
very
toes.
similar to me.
Yeah.
I didn't get around to making a second one, but here's the thing that I found out too, and I was really quite impressed with this. As it turns out, if you're a AI Pro or Ultra subscriber, or at least Pro subscriber, anyways, you can get up to 20 generations a day
Hmm.
for songs. And at first I thought, well, that seems kind of high. And then I realized it uses a lot of tokens and whatever, right? But it's not like generating video. It's still
Right.
considerably less than video. So it makes sense. It does take a couple of minutes for it to generate it because it's not 30 seconds, it's 3 minutes. But it'll do it every time. Now, I don't know that it will always generate 3 minutes. I haven't tested yet whether you can ask it to do a minute and a half or 2 minutes. So I plan
You
to
don't tell
test
it how
that
long
out.
you want, do you? You just give it a script, right? You don't,
Well,
or like
you
an
can.
idea or whatever.
Yeah, you can. And honestly, the more detailed you are,
Hmm.
the better it is. What I
Sure.
did was I told Gemini itself that I wanted to make a specific type of song, what I wanted it to be about, and that I needed help with the prompt. And then Gemini explained to me how that particular model, being new, needs way more detailed information to be exactly what you want. But because of it, you can give it way more information. If you try to do that, like a whole bunch of information and the lyrics for the 30-second generation, you may or may not get it to even say the lyrics that you wanted. It'll probably say only part of it, right?
Hmm.
And it may do it incorrectly. I mean, it'll still sound good. It'll still be what you asked for, technically. But
Yeah.
this one is so much better that it will do your lyrics verbatim as you requested. So Google actually wrote out the lyrics for me. I didn't expect that. I just figured it would give me the prompt and then it would do the lyrics, which it will. But you can get Gemini to give you the lyrics and then you can say, well, I like this, but that particular sentence doesn't work, or that particular phrase doesn't work, or that particular line doesn't work, and you can change this word or something like that, right? And when it's finished, you say, okay, give me the whole thing so I can copy it, and then you just basically copy and paste it. Well, copy it first, and then make sure you switch over to the thinking mode or the pro mode. If you do the fast version, you're only going to 30 seconds. So that's how you end
Yeah.
up getting the 3 minute. By the way, and that should be live for everybody right now. Anybody that has access to Gemini should be able to do it. And again, you don't need to be a paid subscriber. You can
Right.
still do the 30-second ones without paying, with
Right.
limitations. I think it's 3 or 4 a day or something like that. But if you're an AI Pro or Ultra, then yeah, it up to 20 or at least 20 a day, maybe more with Ultra. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
And if you want to have a really good idea on how you should prompt things, you
hmm
should come over to Simple AI Live because that's our community. We have free prompt engineering guides. We have a community that you can join. That we actually have 2 now mobile apps or web apps that you can use to, one, help teach you how to prompt, but then 2, it will actually give you the detailed prompts by you giving it just some very basic information. So really cool stuff. Simple AI Life. I'll have links in the description. Come check it out. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Definitely. All of the he said, and also in this video, make sure you, or did you already say like and subscribe?
I have not. That's your job.
Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Oh, by the way, did I even say that I was Lionel from Toronto, Canada? Wow, we completely missed that.
We always,
you know what? In case you're new at all, I am Canadian, kind of obvious. He's American, kind of obvious.
Very obvious.
And we did this, and this is kind of why we call it the pairing mode. I mean, originally we titled it United We Stand, Divided We Podcast. And I don't think I have to tell you any political reasons as to why we chose that name. But that said, the pairing mode seemed to be a better fit and easier for people to say and remember. But we're lovers of technology. We like AI. We like to be able to teach people how AI can be beneficial to you. And we definitely like to talk about, and this is a lot, at least in earliest of our podcast, about all of the differences as well as the vast amount of similarities between Americans and Canadians, especially in the tech world. And this is why we have always done this the way we did it. And we actually originally did the flags because Canada is July 1st, and of course all you Americans know July 4th, or the 4th of July. So we started doing our little celebrations every year with our podcast now, where we have Candependence Day.
Yes.
Or Candependence Week, pardon me. Candependence Week. So,
which I'm sure we'll be celebrating again this year too.
Yeah, we absolutely will. And I got a better studio set up for it now. I started out just in one corner with a speaker behind me. Worked my way up to doing what I got now. Progress, yes. So, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say it's kind of actually ironically a slow week on big AI news. Obviously, a few things. The Claude coming out, their co-work has been pretty cool. Again, if you're using Claude with a coworker and you have experience with it, hit us up in the comments. I'd like to know what you think about it, because again, I haven't really had the time to sit down and really play with it. There's 9 gazillion AI tools out there, and I just don't have time for them all.
This Claude, I think, because I need the explanation of this. This is a paid feature only, I'm assuming, right?
See, I don't even know. I do not know the answer to that question. I literally just saw the
Claude
release notifications today and yesterday about it being released. So I haven't even had time to dive into it real deep.
Oh, so, I just typed in Claude and all I get is Claude Opus 4.1. Wait, I don't think that's what I'm looking for, is it? I'm looking for Claude Page.
No, it's Sonnet 4.6, I think is what they call it.
Sonnet 4. Well, there's their actual site there. I clicked on the wrong one. Think fast, build faster. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Sonnet 4.6. All right, you know what? I'll put that into search. I really want to know, because I don't know enough about Claude. You know more about Claude than I do. Sonnet 4.0. And now let's see what happens. Claude Sonnet 4.6.
Right. 6.
Try Claude. You give me more information than that?
Okay, so yes, co-work does appear to be a paid feature on Pro, $17 a month. It comes with access to Claude Code and co-work. I I don't see that being an option on the free plan.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of one of
No,
their agentic kind of tools.
no.
So I
One
don't
thing
know.
I'm just saying that's interesting is their chart showing its abilities versus other agents, or not agents but other models, including GPT 5.2, Gemini 3 Pro, Opus 4.5, 4.6, Sonnet 4.5, and of course Sonnet 4.6, and it highlights which models have the highest number of whatever. And there's actually a lot of them are, interestingly enough, in that uh, Opus 4.6, a couple of Opus 4.5s, and a couple of them in the Sonnet, uh, which I didn't see coming. But naturally, in in the stuff that the vast majority of consumers would use, GPT and Gemini absolutely smashed them. So, for your average everyday user, ChatGPT and Gemini are still the kings.
Yes.
But if you want coding, it appears nobody's arguing that Claude is number one right now.
No, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Definitely true. So,
So
but maybe I'll try to get some time before next podcast to take. I don't have a paid version of Claude, but maybe we can,
did you mention what it is, the pay? I mean, what it costs?
17. Yeah, $17 a month US.
So 47,000 Canadian,
That's right.
right? um. Yeah, let me know, because I know it'll be more than 17 here. Let me.
Yeah,
let me know.
I don't think I'm going to play with. I don't think I'm going to pay for it. I might see if maybe I don't know if they have a trial. If they do, I'll maybe do that. But
But
I wonder if our
might.
AI master is there. I need. We should go check if you get time to go check in the AI master and see if because he will implement a lot of the current
That is
models
very
as
true.
they come out. So that might actually be in there, and you could actually utilize some of it in there. So,
Well, that is entirely passable.
yeah.
I can actually find out right this second. Actually, what would I be looking for specifically in what section?
Well, in the chat bot, the chat window on the right hand side where you can actually chat with it. I don't know if there's a way of,
Oh, I
breaking
don't
it
think you can.
down.
I don't think you can change. That one just says powered by Gemini 3 Pro. I don't think you can change that particular model, can you? I don't see a setting for that. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. AI content engine. Oh, that's. I don't know what that's for. I think that's. I think that's for video making, or an avatar. So honestly, I couldn't tell you. I guess it's not possible in this case because I am curious about the whole agent thing. Because apparently Google is insistent that either Canada will never get any agentic abilities, or that we just have to wait until after Bangladesh gets it first. I have no idea, and that's not a stab at Bangladeshis. It's just we live next door to Google. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't see a way. I mean, there might be, but again, I haven't looked at it. So, anyways, well, this is a short night, not a lot of heavy news flying around, and so we're probably going to wrap this one up. And it's okay, it doesn't have to be an hour every time.
Yeah. And hey,
You know,
stick around for a few seconds, because at the end of this video, you might hear the few seconds of the audio that I had generated. Can't play it here. Maybe it'll just a few seconds at the end, just to give you an example. Anyways, you were saying.
Okay.
Well, you may not care, but they might.
No, I don't know how you're going to do that.
Well, it's called editing. It's the magic of editing. In fact, I could probably make smoke come out of my hands right now. Poof. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Now I gotta go in and actually do the actual special effect. Oh well. That's
Yes.
it.
I can hear it now.
What, me cursing because I have to do that?
No, the song. But yeah. Anyways. All right. Well, I am Robert from Nashville.
And I am Lionel from Toronto, Canada.
And we'll see you next week. Peace.
With the tech, what? Getting jiggy with the tech,